All right, we are gonna have a look at this brand new Klowra, I think that's how it's pronounced, Mantra expression pedal. As you can imagine, yes, it comes in a box, it comes with a very succinct owner's manual. Also came with a cable. So let's take a look at this thing. And by the way, you may notice something strikingly familiar on my board already. It is this Hotone, or I think is it supposed to be pronounced Hotone? I'm not sure. I'm gonna go with Hotone. It looks virtually identical to this Hotone expression pedal, and in fact, they're not trying to hide that. It says right here, powered by Hotone, Hot One, Hotone, Hotone, whatever. And I'll say, by the way, I've used this for years and years. These are wonderful, reliable pedals. In fact, I think so highly of them. In fact, I own two. I have this one as well, which this one also can work as an analog volume pedal if you're in need of such things. And here's my tip of the day. Dakine makes these pencil boxes. If you do find yourself in need of a case, it's not a bad choice, not too terribly expensive. Like I said, it came with a cable. Interestingly, I don't believe this one or the other one came with a cable, so already I guess we're, the Klowra is maybe a more premium product in that regard. But let's go ahead and test this thing out. A novel feature that separates it from the other two I just showed you is this has two independent expression channels. I mean, I say independent, obviously they're working off the same rocker, but you can reverse the direction on these. So let's see how that works. Let's see, and by the way, you can follow along right here on my Eventide. Right off the bat, we can see this one is reversed. So let's see, right, as it is, it's going from 100 all the way open on the bottom to all the way closed on the bottom. If we were to reverse this switch, of course, look at that. Works exactly as it claims. We can try the secondary channel now. That is currently working like the top, but in theory we can reverse it. So there you go, review done. It works, it does exactly what it's supposed to do. I will go on for just a bit longer. One could ask right off the bat, why does this exist? Why would someone want to buy this thing? Well, I'd say for one thing, it actually does bring a little bit of new functionality to this Hotone family of small pedals. This one I have right here they all have this secondary output. This one, if you stomp down on it, it has a little foot switch that can toggle something. I don't have that hooked up at the moment, but it could. I mentioned before, the other one, in this case, that I'm not going to open up, can act as an analog volume control. The new functionality that this one provides is it has dual channels. So easy enough. If we were to look at, what else on the market is this equivalent to, and by the way, these aren't cheap, and I forgot how much. Apparently I paid similar, but these are in the neighborhood of $100. And just now kind of researching prices and everything, I can say if you want a metal, and this is an aluminum chassis, it's a forged aluminum chassis. If you want a metal expression pedal, that's pretty much the cost of entry. You can get some that are, folded sheet metal that are a little bit cheaper. You can get lots of plastic ones. You can get those dreadful things that keyboardists use that are super thin. Much to my surprise, by the way, I have a lot of volume pedals and expression pedals. This is the Ernie Ball VP Junior. And if this is the Junior, I can't even imagine what the Senior must look like. This is a gigantic beast. I don't use these anymore because they're so big. I feel like I could put a meal on this thing and use it as a dining room table. But either way, these are also in the ballpark of the same price. I feel like Ernie Ball needs to maybe get with the program and start making some of these that are a little bit smaller, because this is beautifully built. Look at this. It's like machined aluminum and stuff. It's lovely. You can get them painted in different colors and everything. But this is so big, I'm just not going to use it anymore. I'd say the biggest direct competition to this one would be the Boss EV30, I believe it is. It's remarkably similar. It has, two channels and everything. You can swap the direction of it. The Boss is just a little bit bigger. It's also more expensive, and it doesn't have this, this kind of pleasant grip tape on it, which is nice. It keeps your foot planted. So in general, like I said, I think given that it's Hotone pedigree, I'm confident it will be a reliable pedal. If you find yourself in need of, the control being able to reverse the direction or whatever, it's probably a fine choice. Or if you already own some Klowra pedals and you kind of vibe with their aesthetic or whatever, and you like the eyeballs growing out of vines look, then there you go. It's a fine choice. So enjoy.